音聞こえてる？あ、大丈夫そう。こんにちは、こんばんは。かしかです。Good morning, it's you here and welcome. To today's stream. Wait, let me explain why I'm like this today. 博士か本日、ドロンデロン違うの状態でお送りすることになってしまって申し訳ないので、ちょっとそれに関して軽くちょっと言い訳を聞いていただければと思います。So there was something that I was favored asked to do last night. It's something kind of personal, more personal, not stream related, and I was working on that. It took me till like 4:30 a.m. and like I slept after that, so I barely slept like less than 2 hours, and I'm like this. I'm okay. My brain is just dead. ちょっと配信外のことなんだけど、知り合いにちょっと頼まれたことがあって、それの都合で深夜4時ぐらいまで作業してて、もう5時近くまで作業してたので、アホみたいに脳が回ってないです。Hello! ただのミーノさん。なので、today I might be eating some snack while I stream. ちょっとなんか食べてたらごめんなさい、配信中。糖分取らなきゃなと思って、とりあえずガルボ持ってきたので、ガルボ食べながら配信してると思います、本日は。逆になんかね、パワーっていう感じできてる今。逆にテンションマックス一定状態になってて、完全にパワーがみなぎってないのにみなぎってます。Hope you're feeling okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just like my mood is weird. It's like completely. I feel like I'm drunk. I'm not by the way. いちごのカルボ食べてます。ということで本日の配信は、so today's gonna be Japanese lesson. I think you guys can see from the outline, but I'll be talking about proverbs, and I'll explain over there too. But there's seriously crazy amount of proverbs in Japanese. Like even in English, I think so. There's like tons of it. So I'm only gonna go over like the really basic or the ones that you might hear in daily basis or I also use, and I didn't even like pick up all of the most common ones. I just like went through really roughly like only 4 or something. So I think there's some, you might have some things you might want to comment, saying like, oh, why did you add this one? Why did you add that one? Please, it's just there was too many, so I just randomly choose some of them, and please forgive me. I barely left. I have excuse card today, okay? I have excuse card. So, are you guys ready? I think you can tell from my I'm just high. I don't know why. Are you guys ready? ということで、準備はできてるかい？なんか分からんテンションが。パワー！始めていきます。配信下手になってるかもしれんわ、今日。昨日眠そうなのが可愛いなと思ったばっかなので、博士が眠そうにして、博士が眠そうだった時はマジで声がガラガラで低いだけだからね。ガッサガサの声だ。ゾンビかってぐらいにしか言えなくなるので、本当にいいんかいその博士かで。ということで、Good morning again! It's Yori Sensei here! Today I'm Sensei, yes! I don't know how to do it. I want to do about this today's stream actually. Well, double logo. This is the point that I really did my best on. Working my best on. Okay, everything's just so funny right now. I don't know. I can't stop laughing. なんか今この時点で全部面白いんだけど。そんなはずはない。もう何もかもが面白く感じてるけど、絶対そんなはずはない。なんかしらが間違ってる。はい、気にせていきたいと思います。So, this is the Sakura in front of Mount Fuji, and I think it's Mount Fuji. Yes, it looks like. これあれだね、ゆるキャンに出てきたキャンプ施設だと思います。多分似てるなと思います。I feel like I've seen this in your camp, the anime. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks similar to it. Okay, and well, let's get started. Are you guys ready for today's class? Oh wait, I had to do that. はい、ってことで挨拶の方していきたいと思います。起立、気をつけ、よろしくお願いします。ということで次です。So outline. So today we'll be learning about words or phrases to express season, weather, and temperature. And we'll also be going up over proverbs. As I said, I'm not gonna go all of them. I cannot. It's impossible to go over every single proverbs. So I'm just gonna teach you guys the very basic or the ones that we might hear in daily uses, or like at least I do.「着席はなしですか？着席言う派？白しか言わない派なんだけど、なんか起立、気をつけ、礼で終わってた。着席あったりなかったりだよね。人によりきりな記憶があります。ということで本日はですね、季節や天気、そして気温って書いたんですけど、気温の違いとかに基づいた天気の言い方、表現の仕方をですね、一緒に学んでいければなと思います。あとそれから、Proverbs ことわざっていう意味なんですけど、日本語だと、ことわざだけじゃなくって四字熟語であったり、格言とかも含めて考えていただいて結構です。この2つについて主に学んでいければなと思います。ちょっとパワーが切れたのでふわふわになりましたね、多分。ふわふわってこれかな。ふわふわだ、はい。今日過去一脳死配信かもしれん。大丈夫かな。はい、ってことで、so let's get started with the words that are phrases to express season, weather, and temperature. So how to express them? Temperature, I'm talking about like weather based on temperature. You know, like how the way we call the how the weather depends on. It also sometimes depends on the temperature too. If it gets like crazy hot, we have a special name to it. So, first, season. This is the 4 seasons. And in Japanese, I like to go over step by step with you guys. For spring, in spring, we call it haru. And summer, it's called natsu. Fall is aki. Winter is fuyu. And if you combine them, there's actually a way to say this in like one word. You literally write spring, summer, fall, winter. Then the way we read it changes. We read it as shunka shuto as a one term, one word. But separately, it's gonna be haru, natsu, aki, fuyu. Fall と autumn って何が違うんですか？おそらくどっちでも同じ意味なので好きな方使っていただければ問題ないのかなと思うんですけど、多分なんかイギリスの方がオートム使うイメージが勝手にあります。詳しいことは知らないので、Google さんに聞いていただきたく思います。僕しかもそれは詳しく知らないんですよね。 these are the 4 seasons. I did my best to choose some like 4 really pictures that represent the season well. Like you know, you can imagine like what based on Japanese scenery. Spring there's the sakura, and summer this kanji is kori, which means shaved ice. Shaved ice is something really seasonal, right? That you eat mostly during in summer, I think. Except if you live in Hawaii, it's throughout the year. But in most places, I think it's really something that you find on the hot days in summer, like some shaved ice truck or something. And there's also this autumn. You can see the I don't know what tree it is. I'm just gonna call it maples. Inconvenience. I don't think it's maples to be honest, but the color changing in the leaves. And winter. This is of course not everywhere in Japan, but in some hot springs, there's like hot springs like that even monkeys takes a bath, bathes in it, and some of the hot springs you can bathe in with the monkeys, and I find that not what like not I'm not gonna say disgusting, but it is disgusting because like the monkeys, they do bathe in the hot springs, but they don't wash their bodies. You're not sure what kind of germs they have, but you can bathe, like you can go in together with them, and I'm like, okay, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? Like, yeah, sanitary, like, yeah, like, it's not good, obviously. Well, like, the COVID situation doesn't matter in this case. They have their own things. They have their own viruses and germs, and like you can bathe with them. But I won't like to take the opportunity if I have one. But there are some places like that, actually. So yeah, just going over, haru, natsu, aki, fuyu is the way to say spring, summer, fall, winter in Japanese. I think this is really popular, so some people might have already heard of it. I think most of people have, especially if you watch animes. You at least hear it, I think, like one of them. Next, weather. So how to express weather? I just like really wrote it out. So sunny. If it's a sunny day, we can say it hare. It's hare. It's hare today, which means it's sunny today. Like today, I tried to say today, but never mind. It's not sunny today. It's not, I think. And cloudy, which is kumori. So if it's cloudy, we say it's kumorizora, which is like kumorizora. Zora means sky, so we can say it's like a cloudy sky, or a cloudy day. Kumori no hi. We're just saying it's kumori, which means like it's cloudy. And rainy, I think like these are the top 3 that we use. Rainy is ame. So you can say like, oh, it's ame today. Then you're saying, oh, it's raining today. It's raining today. Thunder. I personally like thunder. I find it so cool. At least like if I'm inside a house or a car that in a safe place with some roofs, I feel comfortable watching and listening to thunders. But if I'm out walking, I of course don't like it. Thunder. If you say a kaminari. So if it's thundering, we just say, oh, kaminari. We can also say kaminari ga natteru. Natteru is just like saying, oh, we can hear the sound of it. So you can say like, oh, we can hear the sound of thunder, which means it's thundering or like light, like, yeah. So kaminari is thunder. And clear. How to say a clear sky in Japanese? It's really easy. Kaisei. So I think you just find the same kanji used for the sei part. It means hare. And kai just like adds the clearness to it. So kaisei is saying it's 100% a clear sky. 稲妻の英語はライトニングですか？そうですね。そうですね。 違う言い方するじゃん。アクシカ全部雷なんだけどさアクシカはちょっとその違いがよくわからないから全て雷って言っちゃうんだけど。So yes, this kanji can be read as hot or say. If you combine it with this one, it's gonna be kaisei, meaning it's a clear sky. And it's snowing. If it's a snowy day that like I experienced in the winter season, you can say it's yuki. Yuki no hi. Yuki is also used for like names, so you might have heard it as a character names for characters from games or animes, mangas. It's quite common to use it for a name. What lightning が見えるものって thunder が聞こえることだ。Someone was like explaining for me the difference between lightning and thunder because I said like I don't even know even Japanese like the difference between it. So Netsuro-san just said lightning is something that you see and thunder is something that you can hear. So then what's like then you are my thunder, you are my lightning, I am your thunder. It's opposite. You are my thunder and I'm your lightning or something like that. You know, like the Selena Gomez song? Then what does that mean? You can't see the person, they can hear it, and I like you can hear like you can see me, but I can't hear you. What? Oh yeah, you are the thunder and I am the lightning. Never mind. I just got confused with that lyrics now. And next, if it's a sleety weather, we can say it's a mizore. It's less common. Less common, but around the area that I live, there are some like weathers that's sleety, so we say mizore. And hail is arare. Yeah, we also experienced this one too. So if you see some hails on the car, the window of your car, say like, oh, arare. Oh, I see some arare. I think like the last one is also some common expressions that we use and we hear on a TV broadcast like weather forecastings. If it's a windy day, we say kyofu. Kyofu is two kanjis. It's combining two kanjis. Strong wind. So it's literally just explaining what windy day is. So it's a day with a bit of a quite strong wind. Kyofu. So these are like the kind of common, like maybe these two might be less common, but expressions that you hear on the weather forecasting, in the forecast, and that you might also use in like daily basis, saying, "Oh, today's a rainy day. Kyou ame da." Or you can say like, "Oh, it's kumori," which means oh, it's cloudy today. Oh, it's kaise, it's clear today. It's a clear. We have the clear, beautiful sky. We can say it's kaise. Okay, I think this is quite straightforward. Because it's literally just like words that even we just like memorized it. I think we don't really can explain why each one is called like that. So okay, moving on again. Temperature. These are like gonna be some letters based on temperature or like some more expressions to the phrases that we can express the weather itself. So the first one, if it's a fine and dry day, we can say karatto hareteiru. So dry, I thought like dry is kind of based on the temperature, so I just put it here and include it here in this slide. So karatto hareteiru. We learned about onomatopoeias last class, if you guys remember. Karatto is definitely one. So there's no English translation to it. Karatto will give us like a dry impression by the sound. So it feels like not moisturized. But even if your skin is dry, we don't say it's karatto shiteru. We don't use that. It's like some specific onomatopoeias we use for weathers or like the sky. So if you want to say it's a fine and dry day, you can say it's カラッと晴れている. And next, if it's damp weather or muggy, we can say it's ジメジメしてる. ジメジメしてる. This is also onomatopoeia, as you can see, like, it's like repeating two things. Onomatopoeia is usually just like repeating two sounds, and it's really kind of repetitive, but it is like that. It's I don't know, it's like how it was like that, but structured like that. So you need to understand it. You need to accept that. So ジメジメしてる will give us like a really humid feeling. So yeah, in the rainy seasons, we hear a lot saying like, oh, today's really ジメジメしてる. Why they put してる? してる is just like, oh, it's if it's only ジメジメ, of course that's fine, it's enough. But it's more like you're pointing out at something and saying that's damp or that's muggy. If you want to say like the weather itself, we can say like ジメジメしてる天気. Actually, all you have to add 天気, which means weather, to the end. But like in daily like conversations, you don't really say it's damp weather. Like in English we say it, but in Japanese we just say like, oh, it's ジメジメしてる or ジメジメ. It's enough. So if it's really humid, you can say damp weather, muggy, saying ジメジメしてる or ジメジメ. So if we're just gonna replace the damp weather part in the English sentence, I think it's gonna be like, oh, today's weather is really ジメジメ. Okay? And the last one I put here, I just wanted to keep it really simple and go over like the most common ones that I use. It's based on my expression, okay? Example experience and my like the things that I use. The last one is like freezing cold. If it's freezing cold, we say 凍えるほど寒い. Or it's 凍えそう. Like I'm about to freeze, it's gonna be 凍えそう. But if it's freezing cold, we'll say 凍えるほど寒い. ほど is like about, and 凍える means freeze, and 寒い is cold. So it's cold that we're about to freeze. It's actually like the full sentence. So freezing cold will be 凍えるほど寒い. I'm not sure if you can see it, okay? I'll just like zoom out, like wipe after the screen so you guys can see. And the picture below, can you guys Steru means like this weather is happening right now, still happening. Yes. It's an ongoing expression. So ジメジメしてる or like yeah. If you want to say that してる or like even カラッと晴れている if you have the いる and the してる てる it's like it is, but it is an ongoing expression. So yeah, from this picture, I think we can guess what kind of weather it is. It is a ジメジメしてる天気. So it is a damp weather. The rain just like pouring. This is the rainy season. Like it gets more rain in the rainy season in Japan, and your human area also had the rainy season. I personally didn't like it. Oh yeah, so my viewers pointing out the point. Yeah, so this is like Japan is surrounded by oceans, an island, and it's really humid. So there's many, like I think from end of May to beginning of July, it's really ジメジメしてる. And even in summer days also has like those ジメジメ hot weather. And next, this is something that we mostly hear in the summer seasons. But if the maximum temperature is more than, for like the day's maximum temperature is more than 25 degrees, we say it's a natsubi. This is just an expression that you'll hear on the news weather report. So if you have a chance to like travel to Japan and turn on the TV or like check the news on your smartphone or whatever, you might see this natsubi or hear it from somewhere. It means natsubi means that today's maximum temperature is more than 25 degrees. And 30 degrees. If it goes like 30 degrees or more, you can say it's manatsubi. "30 degrees is crazy hot," but of course it goes more than that. What are you expecting from that country? From the small island. 35 degrees, it's gonna be moshobi. Moshobi is it really uses the kanji is like extremely hot. So the kanji itself is just like expressing crazy, extremely hot weather, like day. So moshobi. If you hear moshobi, probably you want to stay inside your hotel. You might want to just like go to some shopping malls with that's like fully that has like air conditioner, and not walk outside. It's humidity hot, so like it's different from the dry desert type of hot. You feel like the heat around, like sticking around you. And you have to be careful because like 25 degrees you also might experience in the fall season these days. So even if you think like, oh, fall should be the temperature should be a little bit lower and maybe like a perfect season to go, still you might want some half sleeves to go during the fall, like September, October. It's still hot. And the opposite, when the maximum temperature is under 0 degrees or like less than 0 degrees, we say it's mafuyubi. Mafuyubi is something that we all, of course, only hear during winter. If you hear it in like July, we're dead. It's probably the doomsday if we hear that. Mafuyubi. I personally like the sound of this, so I just like keep saying it. You know, it sounds so cute. I don't know why. Yubi. Mafuyubi. Yeah, like there's only one expression for this because not all areas in Japan goes under 0 degrees. It's most places does these years, like recently, but I think it's only like the north part of Japan that goes like near like -10 or like -20. So we don't really have expression for that. That's like commonly used and like well known. Mafuyubi is pretty much like the only thing that we hear. "0 degrees, I die." Well, we have like minus something to 40, around 40 degrees Celsius in the small island, Japan. Even the dear human already had the same. One year I experienced like 40 degrees in summer, and the same. Actually, it was pretty warm winter, so it was okay. But it still goes sometimes under 0 degrees or like near to 0 degrees. So you really have like the both. Yeah, so Japan, as I explained in the season, there's 4 seasons. So each season, look, nowadays, to be honest, there's only like a bit of spring. Oh, summer, extremely hot summer. Still summer. Oh, it's winter. we lost fall these but yeah, there's like a huge range between the temperature. Why they can't read Natsuhi instead of Natsubi? I don't know why. I never thought about that. I never questioned why it's called Natsubi and not Natsuhi. I think it's supposed to be based on the rules of the sound, like how the Japanese system works. Probably. But I I'm sorry, I can't answer to that question. I haven't seen above 25 in 7 years. But like, there they live, it's just like those freezing cold. 2007年3月末までは酷暑日と言われてましたね。なんか猛暑日と酷暑っていう2つがあったのを覚えてる。猛暑と酷暑。何が違うのか分からなかったんですよね、確か。So these are like the expressions that you might hear on the forecast if you go to Japan, especially during the summer season. Be careful if you go there in the summer season. You have to carry around some water or maybe some sports drink with you all the time. And you have to keep hydrated. Really. ね、日本にね、夏に行かれる場合、本当にお気をつけて行っていかないと、本当に行ってらっしゃいねと思いますね。気をつけていかないとすぐ脱水症になりますから。And next is actually we're moving on to Proverbs. 同じで気象庁が呼び方を変えました。あ、そうなんだね。なんか今日酷暑だねって、酷暑日っていうの違和感はなんかあるけど、今日酷暑だとかは言ったりしたくはないですけどね。聞かなくはないですね。博士課は猛暑にもなんか慣れちゃったけど。So yeah, my JP bros are also warning if you're coming to Japan during the summer, be careful. Yeah, there's like many convenience stores in Japan. Yes, it's true. And you get like free air conditioning, so you can get the cold air. Plus, they also of course sell some drinks, so you can buy them. And they also have some like salty snacks and sweet ones too. And these days, I think like most convenience stores have some like small table and chairs that you can like sit and rest. It really depends on the size of the convenience store. But if it's like an individual franchise store, they should have one, so you can have some like rest there. So there's like some like small mini fans that you can like that works with some batteries, and if you just like turn on the switch, it's just like, you know, the fan moves and you can get some not cold but a little bit cooler air. Many people carry that around. Even at school, you'll see them. So そうなんですよね。全然カラッとした暑さではないから、日本がなんか本当に肌に嫌にねまとわりつくような暑さになってるんですよね。So yeah, especially from the dry desert area, and you're planning to visit Japan in summer, the heat you're gonna experience is completely different. Even if the temperature goes like up to a similar like 35 degrees or more than that, it's completely different that you experience. If you're from like the more the like Southeast Asia, I think you have an idea what we're talking about. The humidity heat that just like stays with you forever and doesn't disappear. It just makes you super sweaty. It's すごい、むしろ脳がこれは昨晩こういうことを話そうと思って作ってた、昨晩っていうかね、ちょっとずつ準備して作ってた資料たちだから話すことが決まっててペラペラ喋れるけど、フリートークがえげつないほど回らないよ。 Did you guys realize that today, like, I'm like really fast on moving to next slide? Because, like, you know, the things on the slide, I've been prepared for it. I know what I'm talking about. I know, like, what I want to explain and what I want to, like, inform you guys. But, like, my free talk, I usually just, like to chat. I'm super chatty. I just go on without, like, I'll go on about something that's, like, unrelated to the topic. But today, as I said, my brain is just completely asleep. So I can like explain and teach you guys what I prepared for. But when I feel like I want to talk something off topic and unrelated, I'm like, so about this. I just pace down, slow down. It happens sometimes. Thank you. Yeah, it's happening to me right now. Like, oh. This is one of the mornings that I didn't feel good morning. I was like, man, the morning's here. I actually woke up at like 8:05 or like before that, but I was super sleepy and couldn't open up my phone. I just like turned off my alarm, and that was like the only thing I was able to do. I wasn't able to open up my Twitter. I was like, well, I can't go to sleep again because if I fall back asleep, I won't be able to be here on time. But I was like, can I just at least close my eyes and take some rest? So that's the reason why I checked Discord and I realized some people saying like, oh, she might be late today because she haven't tweeted yet. Haha, I'm here. I've never been late to any streams except for like the collapse when we had some technical issues and difficulties at the very last minute. It happens. It's the things. But like I never had like the other kind of been late to other kind of streams, especially the streams that I do on my own. I never been late to any of them. So yes, I'm here on time. Okay, moving on. Proverbs is the next thing. Someone's questioning like, what's this image on the right bottom? I googled Proverbs in the Canva search box and gave me this image. これ鶏か卵かどっちが先か論争ですね、多分かなと思います。博士かもよくわからなくて、キャンバで、Proverbs でググった時に出てきたのがこれだったので、使おうと思って、なんかこれのイメージめちゃくちゃ気に入っちゃって、なんか可愛くねと思って、なんだもうはい可愛くねと。鶏が先か卵が先か問題ですね、これかなと。見た目的にそうかなと思ってるけど、もしかしたらただ観察してるだけかもしれないし、よくわからないけど、おそらく深い意味があるんだろうと勝手に受け取ってます。So I think like the image is trying to express like a chicken or egg situation, like the chicken and egg problem. So they're discussing about which came first. Is it the chicken or is it the egg? What's your guys' opinion? これみんなの意見はどうですか？鶏が先か卵が先か、どっちが先だと考えてますか？急に深いこと聞こう。It's the Face Connect office meeting. Well, it seems like we don't have Sakata. But sure, we can do that. The yolk came before. ヨルクだけ先行ったのか。いや普通に鶏と卵だったらどっちが先かって言ったらそれも分からんよね。だって人だって何が先なの？ I say the egg came first. The chicken came first in terms of biological mutation. don't know about that to be honest, but that sounds right. 人は猿からで、いや猿からだってどこから来たって言ったらなんかどんどん辿っていくと微生物とかになるじゃないですか。じゃあなんで微生物で誕生したんですか、なんで地球で誕生したんですかってなっちゃうから、それもあって嫌いなんですよね、博士か生物が生物の多分生物史が嫌いだったっていう。納得いかん。地球の誕生すら納得いってないのに、鶏とか卵がどっちが先なんて細かいこと気にしてらんないよっていう。元素も謎だからね。元素って何ですか、電子って何ですかそれをね疑問に思っちゃって博士課も嫌いになりました。そこら辺の科目が、科学も物理も苦手になっちゃった。もう意味がわからん。なんでって全部疑問形になっちゃったから、電子って何なの本当に。なんでみんなエレクトリシティ持ってるの、帯びてるの、わからん。つまり同時だと思います。じゃあなんで誕生したんですかおい、電子だけどなんか質問あるですれたってよ。うわすごいな。多分世界中の研究者集まってくるよ。電子に質問したいことしかないもんみんな。So yeah, like thinking about like which came first problem, like this is just like used as an expression. I know that, but if you think about it, no one has the answer, like the proper answer. No one can actually say like, oh, this is correct, that's a statement. No one can say like, no one cannot like can explain where we came from, human. No one can explain where the earth came from, where what the electric came from, like, you know. Why are we living? I would like you guys to think about that and write a 4-page neat essay with using at least three researches due next week. Thank you. 皆さんね、なんで人間はそれ存在しているのかをですね、4ページのエッセイで、最低3つの、最低3つのね、リサーチを使って4ページのエッセイを次の授業までに提出してください。いやだって4 page double spaces new times romance 12 size font. Oh, and don't forget for the citation Emily format, please. Emily 8 is fine. I don't know about the 9. You know, like Emily has a new format again? 9? I don't know what the 9 is. シンプルに嫌だの一言が続いたのが面白いんだよね。嫌だよね。博士課も書けんもん。なんで人間存在してるんですか、そんな自分で考えてくださいって思っちゃう。Everyone's gonna get an F, so, you know, by the curving, everyone's gonna get an A plus at that. I think you're coming. Well, kidding. Good night. 誰も正解書けないから F になって成績でも最終的なカービングの都合上でみんな A プラスで卒業するからねこれ。Okay, so Proverbs. Jokes aside, we're starting it. ことわざ Proverbs. Oh, sorry, that's the sound of my jacket falling. Proverbs in Japanese. There's actually like a few types of proverbs. It's just like in English, it's just expressed proverbs. I googled and said that and was like, oh, okay. So but if we hear proverbs, I think the Google translation just gives you ことわざ. So I just like listed up 4 really well-known, commonly used ことわざ. The first one is 知らぬが仏. So the meaning for this is like you won't be hurt by something you don't even know. That's totally true. That is totally true. Like you can't be damaged and hurt until you know that fact. So ignorance is bliss. Yes, in English they think we say like that, but like, in Japanese we say 知らぬが仏. 知らぬが仏ってこれマジでビスさんのカバーが好きすぎて一時期ずっと聞いてました。ありがとうございます。 白長仏はね本当にそうなことが多いなと思いますね。なんか知っていくとどんどん人間不信になってたりするよね白長仏はマジでそう。白長ホットケーキ、白長ホトキキ、ホトキキ、よくわからん。ごめん、It's the biggest among all white lies. Yes, like ignorance is a lesson. Like the ingredients of McDonald's ice cream? Oh, what is the ingredients of it? I don't know that. And I'm kind of interested in knowing that. Because I don't eat ice cream at McDonald's. I don't eat that soft served ice cream. 白長仏な経験、皆さんだいたい1ヶ月にどれぐらいの頻度と起きますか？独特な質問の仕方したな。人生で聞かれたことありますか？白長仏なシチュエーションって1ヶ月で何回ぐらい起きますか？もうなんかすっごい下手なインタビュアーみたいになってるよすっごい下手なインタビュアーになってるわ。結構起きることない？ Sometimes it's best to know what's in the food. Yeah, you don't want to know the amount of sugar. そうだね、みんな白長仏ってそれこそ食べ物の原材料とかそうだよねって書いてあって、まあ、確かに砂糖がどれぐらい入ってるとかね、ケーキがどれぐらいの砂糖によって作られてるからとかあんま見たくも知りたくもないよね。一回も起きてないと思ってる人たちはただ気づいてないだけだと思うそう起きないやろっていうのはそれこそ白長仏な状況にいるんじゃないかな。人生でまず聞かない質問いっぱいしていこうぜ添加物気にしたことないな、博士かは美味しければいいやと思って、なんか添加物とかそういうの全然気にせず生きてるわ。好きだったら好きって生きてる。And not how much to eating it. That's true. I don't mind about like what's in the food, to be honest, unless it's not unless it's not a real poison that I will like immediately die. I seriously don't mind if it's at least somewhat safe. 農作物使えて農薬なら気にしたことないわガチで気にしたことないわ。あ、そうなんだ。安い？美味しい？どっち？どっちも最高と思って食べてるわ。ただあれだね、なんか即死する毒入ってますって言われたらさすがに食べないけど、ちなみにこれ人間食べたら即死するんだけどどうって言われてもさすがに遠慮するけど、それは半年添加物取るのやめてからおにぎり食べると吐きそうになるよ。美味しく食べたいからやめとこう、それやるの予定もないしマジで気にならんな。美味しかったらいいわ。って思いますね。So next one is 出る杭を打たれる。This is super, I think like the Japanese culture thing. We don't really experience that in this in North America, or you might. It really depends on your community. So if you stand out, you will be subject to criticism. That's what it is. 出る杭を打たれる。So if you're good at something, some people might just like, well, it's based, I think like most of these comes from jealousy. I personally don't like it. I think like if someone's good at that field, I'm gonna be impressed. I'm like, hey, amazing, I respect you. Keep up your hard work, and that's pretty much it. I don't feel any other anything else. But some people doesn't like it, so they do this. Kui is actually a nail. I think you can see a picture of it right here. So they want us to be equal, like equalized. Equalizer is not bad, but like equalized completely. The worst is when the delivery has arrived or everyone wants to know will you buy it. But if you don't stand out, you'll never become a popular VTuber. Yes, I think like in these kind of media kind of fields, you have to stand out, but at the same time, some people might not like you because because you're standing out. Even real life is the same. That sounds weird. It just doesn't make sense for me. I'm like, mind your own business. That's how I think. 博士が個人的にですね、出る杭打たれよくわからないので、mind your own business だなと思って生きてますね。特に博士は別に出てる杭がないから打たれたことはないんですけど、打たれそうになったらうるせえと思っちゃうかもしれないですね。mind your own business 本当に思います。ありがとう。Barry stood out yesterday, by the way. Oh, he did? I don't know about that. He's no longer so. He's not. Well, I have to ask about that. I have to double check because I thought he was really saying so. 日本人的ですね。確かに、日本っていうか、そうですね。そっちのコミュニティの方がよく聞くかなと思いますね。でもよりきりな気もしますね。こっちでもそういうことはあることにはあるみたいですし、保身的だからだろうね、考え方としてが。博士かは別にそれも尊重するけど、10人十色っていう言葉も存在するんだからさ、やんと思って考えちゃいますね。So yes, I personally like to support people who stands out. Like, because it's amazing that you're good at something. マスク外して道歩いてる人たち、こっちみんな外してるよ、外。しかもお外だったら外してるわ外したりつけたり気分次第だな。Next one. So this is a continuing of ことわざ Proverbs. 雨降って地固まる。雨降って地固まる。I think you can say like 地固まる too, but when I googled it, like the translation said 地固まる, so I'm just like copying that. But I like to say 地 instead of 地. I don't know which is the proper one. Adversity builds character is the meaning, and some people use it. I also use it sometimes, but not as common as I can't really think of a good example for a situation that we use this.しかもね、G 固まるって言うんだけど、ググった時にチーって出てきたから見たウェブサイトがいいやと思ってチーでそのまま使いました。Imagine getting that compliment though. It's amazing that you're good at something. I honestly don't know how I would feel if I got that comment. Well, everyone's at least good at something, I think. Even if you're not, like, it means like you're balanced out, which is amazing. Like, seriously, everyone should love yourselves. You're alive. Amazing, love you. That's pretty much like how I think about people. あえてG固まり喧嘩したカップルじゃんってね、ちゃんとG固まったらいいよね。固まらなかった際が怖いよね。So someone saying like the example for 雨降ってG固まる will be like some couple after their fight, you know, when they had some like fight between like your boyfriend or girlfriend, and after it gets all settled and you're back in the relationship again, the lovely nice one. なんか確定で固まるよっていう土地は欲しいよね確定でこれ固まりますけどいかがですかって聞かれたらちょっと確か真剣に考えて買っちゃうわ多分速乾性ですとかねこの土地水はきめちゃくちゃいいんですけどっていうのがあったら買っちゃうな。最高と思う。 Does it rain cause landslides in Japan? Not exactly every places And the second example, like kotowaza I like to introduce is 石の上にも3年石の上にも3年 which means like if you endure hard times eventually things will change. We use it mostly in a bright way, but it doesn't like it's not actually specified in a bright way. When I googled it, I was surprised by that because I always thought it's always talking about it in a bright way and it wasn't specified like that. So I was like, okay, endurance stream for 3 years. And this means like 石の上にも3年. It means like staying on a rock for 3 years. So you know, staying on a rock is really what I can't even imagine how it's gonna feel like because you can't do anything. It's more than endurance. あ、そうです。ダブリして最後ツモで上がることですね。石の上にも3年知ってます。やりたいと思って何回か頑張ったんですけど、だいたいローカル薬つけるとツバメ返しされてボコボコにされて嫌いになりました。So yeah, this is just like some advice to even if you're having hard times, it will eventually be alright. So just endure the times. You might need to challenge or like push yourself out of your comfort zone sometimes, but maybe just staying, holding on tight and staying there, sometimes saves you. 麻雀詳しいのね。ちょこちょこ面言でこの間やっていましたね。詳しいっていうか。やるのは好きです。うまくはないんですけど好きです。But do you get Wi-Fi signal from the rock? Don't you worry about food and like if you can go to the bathroom or to the Wi-Fi? You worry about Wi-Fi? Immediately after seeing this image? I'm probably not sure. 白しか好きだね。こういうのだとね、伊達食う虫も好きっていう好き2回繰り返すと可愛いなと思って好きです。アホみたいな理由でそれが好きなのと、あとなんだっけ、山椒を小粒でピリリみたいなやつあるじゃないですか。なんだっけ、山椒、小粒の山椒もピリリだっけ。そう山椒小粒がピリリと辛いって、なんでピリリと辛いって可愛い表現してんだよと思って好きですね。タデなんだ。ずっと白しかは濁してたわ、その発音は。そう、可愛いよね。響きが可愛いよ。山椒は小粒でもピリリと辛いって、そりゃそうだろうと思って。当たりなんか感想さ、最初初めて白しかそれ聞いた時感想言われてるのかと思ったのね。もう辛いな、可愛いね、辛かったんだねって思ったら、なんか意味はなんか小さくってもその能力は名乗ってはいけないみたいなこと書いてあって、そんな深く山椒食べてて考えないわと思った。そんなに深いこと考えながら山椒食べてないんだけどっていう。So yeah, these were the ことわざ。And next, it's gonna be considered as proverbs, included as proverbs, but in Japanese you more say it as a yojijukugo. So it's combining like two, as you can see from the kanjis. It's combining 4 letters of kanjis. Yoji means like 4 letters. And these two are my like top 2 favorite. One, the first one is because of a song. The second one because I'm like this. Not gonna lie. I think most people are like this, to be honest. こんにちは。誰の挨拶これ。カラテンさんこんにちは。こんにちは。マジ誰やねん。 一つ目、以心伝心でございます。The first one is 以心伝心. Oh, it means heart to heart. It's like the most important thing that you should do when communicating with others. You know, when you talk with someone, you have to like open your heart to the person and do the talk heart to heart. 僕らはいつも一心伝心。そうですね、博士が一心伝心って言葉好きなのそれですね、完全に。So yeah, heart to heart. Even if you like, you know, like sometimes you can you understand what the person wants to say without talking at all, and you guys like take the same exact same action, or like for example, when you're at what McDonald's and you want to order something, and your partner or someone with you is also thinking, wondering what they should eat, and you guys just like, oh, look at each other like, I feel you, and order the exact same thing, or you just like order for he or her, and you got the order correct. That's 一心伝心, heart to heart. You guys are understanding each other by heart to heart, at like a heart-based level. The next one. I'm not sure how you guys are, but I am. Oh, good night, Arson. Thank you for coming. And 続いてね、八方美人です。This is 八方美人。八方、the first two kanjis means like in each direction, every direction. 博士か結構八方美人いい顔するのしちゃいますね。知らない人だと特にやっちゃいますね。やるもんだと思ってる博士か正直。ネガティブワードな気がする。そんなじゃないんだ。だって誰でもやるでしょ誰でもしないの。初対面の人とかだったら絶対八方美人するでしょ。So everyone's friend. This is like really translated in a positive way. So I added some like description to it. Acting good in front of everyone. This is more accurate, I feel like. If you're acting good in front of everyone, like every single one, you can say like 八方美人。猫かぶりか。猫かぶりにしてはねって感じがするわ。八方斎にちょっと近いから、猫かぶりよりかは八方斎に近いから八方美人だと思ってる。It's like if you're just like acting good in front of like person A and person B, and even person A and person B are not friends, and they just like talked about the exact different thing, and you're just like agree to it, that's doing 八方美人。Pretty girls everywhere. Well, like you're being pretty and everywhere. So that's the meaning of the conjure. Being pretty everywhere. Yes, acting is the keyword. Definitely. Acting. So you're not actually. You don't agree to person A, but you agree to person B, but you don't want to ruin your relationship, or like you're just like too lazy to do it. So you just pretend that you do. So it's acting. 八方美人どれぐらいの頻度でしますか博士かこれしかないかもしれない。今日質問のバリエーションどれぐらいの頻度でしますか？Gotta act good in front of the mods. Yes. Well, that's not 八方美人. That's something that you need to do as a manner. It's something that you have to follow it. 月何回ぐらい月何回ぐらい八方美人してるなって。あれ今日八方美人だなと思ってきてどれぐらいありますかね。Other words of fake personality? Yeah, I think that kind of describes fake personality too. If someone says like, oh, she's super 八方美人, or he's super 八方美人, it means like, oh, be careful, like he's just like acting, and like that's a fake personality that you might see as a first reaction, at the first contact. 八方美人するって自分八方美人してないなとか、八方美人できなかったなとか。Make it until you make it. That's gonna be a different one. ニコにしてるよ。あ、いそうだな。嘘です。自覚してはしないかな。あ、そうなんだ。博士か。なんか優しい人キャンペーンの話以前したと思うんですけど、その時基本的に八方美人ですね。全員に対してニコニコしていい顔してます。優しい人キャンペーンの時は。だいたいあれですね、新しい環境に入ってすぐとかは、どこのグループが博士かに合うかなって見極めてる期間は間違いなくそうですね。I mean, you're amazing girl. Thank you, Scott-san. It can be positive or negative depending on the context. It's more just used in a negative way, I feel. 怪盗ランマはですね、チーム怪盗ランマでも知ってます。ありがとう。東海オンエさんの動画で使われてますね、ことわざ怪盗ランマ。So yeah, I usually do Happo Bijin when I just like go to a new environment and when I'm just looking for some groups that I can belong to or community that might match me. You know, you just like try out a few communities, groups, and talk with them. I do Happo Bijin during that period, and after I find a comfortable group, I just settle down there and stop doing it. But for like so usually when I just like jump into a new environment, about for a month or so, I'm 八方美人。そうだね、新しい環境に身を据えた時の最初の1ヶ月ぐらいは八方美人してるんじゃないかなと思いますね。敵も作りやすくなるから気をつけないといけないけど、でもまあなんか一番行動はしやすいよね、自分としてはと思ってしまいますね。これは人によりきりな気がする。嗅覚がね鋭かったらそれやらずに最初から見つけれると思うんだけどね。博士が嗅覚鈍いんだよね。なんかオタクかどうかわかるけど、オタクの中で何かがわからん。何オタクだって何オタクだってなる。So yeah, some people might have been like this, and some people might have not. It's usually thought to not be Happo Bijin is better, but I feel like everyone has been one at least once in their lifetime. みんな一度はやったことある気はしますね。そのあっちにもこっちにもいい顔するっていうのは人生で一度ぐらいはやったことあるんじゃないかなと思います。やったことない方いたらね、もうぜひ本当にそのまま純粋に育ってくださいと思う。発売型のタクにはついていけるやろな。いやー、鉄オタにはついていけないからなっていう。鉄オタは分からなかったのと、あと何オタ分からなかったっけ。ちょこちょこありますね。リズムアーケードゲームオタクも分からなかったですね。なんか格ゲーとかもよく分からなかった。あ、小石かくこんさん。Or you could do the polar opposite. Hey everyone, Twitter. Some people are like that. I'm not gonna recommend, but if you want to, I can't stop. You don't have the right to stop, but you have to take the responsibility. So, summary. Season weather and temperature. This is like an example using like the things that we learned today. Hanami is a seasonal event in spring, and you should do it on カラッと晴れた日 to see sorry, I forgot to put the 日 here to see the beautiful pink color of sakuras. はい、これ例文ですね。花見は季節の行事で、カラッと晴れた春の日にやるのをおすすめしますと。綺麗なピンク色の桜を見るためにはカラッと晴れた春の日におすすめしますという風な例文になります。写真命の撮り鉄と写真撮らない乗り鉄、マクしかやるんだったら乗り鉄かな。九州一周する豪華なやつ乗ってみたい。唐揚げ食べたくなるワード、カラッとだな感じ。カラッとだけ引っかかってるな。What's the Japanese word for pink? If you're like specifically talking about sakura colors, you can say sakurairo. There is a color called sakura color, sakurairo. But if you're generally talking about pink, we usually say momoiro. Momoiro means pink, peach color. 確か廃鉄っていうか廃屋の写真を一時期見てるのが好きで、使われなくなった駅舎の写真をずっと、見てた時期はありましたね。なんか出雲の方で一個めちゃくちゃ渋くてかっこいいのがあって好きでした。名前も覚えてないけど。And proverbs. There are tons of proverbs in Japanese, including kotowaza, yojijuko, and sayings. Of course, not of all of them are used on a daily basis, but there are some useful ones as I introduced. But yeah, I wish we could be Ishin Denshin and like not completely Ishin Denshin because it's impossible to. But as close as we can, I would love to be Ishin Denshin with you guys too. How long do you think it takes until fluency, like to become fluent in Japanese? I think it really depends on each person's skill, like how like it's literally how your brain is structured. Some people are really good at learning new languages, linguistic things, and some people are really good at scientific field. Some people are good more in like art field. It really depends. But I think I'm not sure like which like how the level of fluency you're aiming for. Probably more than a year for sure, 2 or 3 years. And if you live in the area that uses the language or make a part like best friend or someone that you can talk with everyday daily lives, daily, and or girlfriend or boyfriend in the language that speaks the one. I hear it's fairly easier to become fluent. So for example, if I want to learn French, I should make a French boyfriend then it should be easier for me to learn to catch French. That's what I've heard. And I know some people who married and became able to speak really, really fast. Yeah, it also depends on your age. If you're under 13, it's gonna be really easier comparing to people who's older than 13. I wonder how sakura smell. I think it depends on like the area, but some sakura smells nice I hear, but like the ones that I've smelled before, it wasn't. It had like a weird smell. Should you learn kanji? Okay, kanji, hiragana, katakana. Me, I grew up like I'm a dear human, and the area that I came from, that I'm born, was Japanese, and but later like after I was born, we moved to an English area in the face world. Oh, by the way, I'm from another dimension called Face World. And since my parents spoke Japanese, I was able to speak Japanese, but I didn't know how to write or read kanji, katakana, hiragana at all. I didn't know none of them. I wasn't able to write my name. But when I was in grade 2, I went back to the Japanese area, and at that time, it was my first time learning how to do it. So I personally recommend maybe like being able to speak first might be better, because seriously, writing and reading is just memorizing. You can do it later on, but speaking is more something that requires technique and skills, and it's better if you start as soon as possible, as like when you're still young, even by a year. So I'll say speaking first. But it might be easy if you learn together at the same time, so you can have an idea which like each hiragana is gonna be pronounced as. But as I said, I didn't have any ideas how to write or read Japanese until I was like 7 or 8. So it's really up to you. Some people, I know many, like, in Japan, I heard that they learn how to read and write English, but they can't speak. And I find that it's pretty much an problem because, when communicating with someone, speaking is the most strong and efficient way to talk with people, like communicate and actually express your feelings. So I feel that probably like practicing your listening and pronunciations, flow, you don't really have to care about the grammar when you speak. So yes, exactly. But reading is a good way to learn vocab, but speaking is the best way to understand Japanese. I think you can say it for every single language. That's the reason why I don't have much vocabulary in English. All my teachers, like past English teachers, just told me to read. I was like, I will. I only like read in class. It's hard to go back in time and tell myself to learn Japanese at age of 13 or lower when I'm a young adult now. Well, it's never too late. It's never too late to start something new. Yeah, practicing with the live human is important. So if you're really passionate and want to learn and be able to speak Japanese, probably find someone who you can communicate and practice your speaking. It's totally okay to be online or in person. I feel like in person is better, but online also works out really well. Find someone. That's like the best way. Even if it takes time, don't care about it. Just give it a try. Well, as I said, I grew up in the environment, I grew up in the English environment. I watched Disney Channel all the time when I was a kid. I learned English from the TV show. And later on, of course, I entered elementary, kindergarten. And so, like, when I went out from my house, everything was all in English. When I turned on TV, it was English. Every single thing was English, except when I talked with my family. My family always spoke Japanese, because they can't, like, me and my sister is the only two who can speak English well. So I know that I'm really lucky and I'm really thankful about the environment, the situation that I grew up in. So yes, the more you're surrounded, you will catch it. So if you really want to push yourself hard, I wouldn't recommend doing this because it's too dangerous. But if you really want to push yourself hard, probably just like go. If I want to like learn, if I wasn't able to speak English and I felt like I really need English, I might have just like went to an English countryside that there's no one who speaks Japanese, and just like stay there for an year or more, like probably 3 years. Then you should be able to. Then you should be able to speak English fluently in less than 3 years, because there's no one else who can help you. But that's hard, right? That's difficult to do. You really have to put yourself out of the comfort zone, and it's too challenging. It's too dangerous too. Just like high risk and no return at all. And you're not even sure like if they're gonna welcome you. So probably just like start from what you can. Find a friend, find someone who to go to the community center or go to like a Japanese lesson, English lesson. Find it online. Watch Japanese videos, animes. Just start step by step. It will improve and help you a lot. Because when after a few years I stayed in the English area, in the Dear Human area, Face Row. I went back to the Japanese place, and I didn't use English for solid 5 years. I lost it. Of course I did. I did lose most of my English. But the one thing is, I liked listening to English songs, and my sister used English, so I didn't lose pronunciation. It's hard to lose pronunciation, but I lost most of my vocabularies, how to structure a sentence. I had no idea when I came back here. But since I learned it when I was young, I was able to recall all the things. Yeah, some people express this like riding a bike. I feel it's more like a roller coaster. You're just like pushed if you just go to the environment. Oh yeah, thank you. Lumisan. So some JP bros, there's like a Face Connect official Discord fan server, and some JP bros hang out there. I think it's mainly PDT midnight, so it might be hard for if you live in PDT time zones, but they are really, really nice. Of course, like the English people are too, so vice versa. But yeah, they will love to help you out. Okay, wrap up. People won't judge. They won't add on. So, as I said, today's summary, we learned some expressions and phrases, how to describe the weather, season, and proverbs. There are useful ones, and there are actually some proverbs that you will never use in your life. That doesn't actually make sense to me. So that'll be all for today's class itself. I'd like to go back to the just chatting screen, talk a little bit, and announce. I haven't made a schedule for next week yet. I'll probably do it tonight because there's few schedules I would need Mumi-san to check. And yep, I should be able to post it by tomorrow. And what else? Oh, after this, I'll be doing a members only stream. I haven't made the waiting room yet. I'll do it really quick after it. Will you be my friend? Oh, of course we're friends. If you've ever came to my stream at even like once, you're my friend. I don't know your SNS social medias, but it's fine. You're my friend. Oh, thank you, Monkey-san. You're my friend. Everyone's my friend. Human love, big love. メンバー限定公開完了。これいつにしたっけ？時間だけ変えとこう。もうすぐ始めますね、人間。めっちゃお腹鳴るかもしれないけど、白くはなんかそんな食欲はないので、多分ガルボを食べ続けます。Please don't judge me. あ、メンバーに投稿。Okay, I'm gonna make a members post.なんか眠気飛んでる今。まあ、眠くなったら寝るわ。Okay, I'm such about to just chatting screen. Wow. Do you have any podcast recommendations? What level of Japanese podcast are you looking for? If it's like super fluent Japanese, I do have ones, but I've never actually listened to like a beginner's Japanese podcast, but I do know they have some on Spotify. Let me just go check some. I do know one person who's funny. Never mind. It was the opposite. So did you learn French? Nope. But I live in Canada, so I have like French written everywhere on every single product, and I know that. And it's just hard. Takarai-san, thank you. ありがとうございます。And my friends took French class, and they were like dying from it. So I know it's hard. If I have to take a language class, it'll definitely not gonna be French. Like if I can, I'd like to, but you know, there's too many people who's good at French in Canada already. And I cannot French for my life. French is just so hard. It's just like completely another thing. And I heard like Canadian French and the actual French is sometimes like the words, they use like different words to express the exact same thing. And I'm like, okay. I saw a video like saying Chin and the Adam's apple switches between the Quebec French and France French. I was like, okay, why did that happen? Why did that switch happen? Where did it come from? Okay, this is the wrong one. Okay. Yeah, me too. I only know like Japanese and English, so 2 languages. The only French you need to know is poutine. Poutine, please. 1 poutine, please. はい、ところで読んでいきたいと思います。スティッカールビさん、Thank you! ありがとうございます。そして、ハムサワちゃん、Thank you! ありがとうございます。みーちゃんの配信で例のセリフだった返事をいいよ。これは先生のおかげです。おーってことで、おめでとう。なんだったか全く思い出せないけど、おめでとうあ、君のそばから離れたくない、結婚してくださいだっけ。いや、絶対それ意味分からなくて OK してるでしょ、みーちゃん。みーちゃん多分聞き取れなかったかなんかでしょ、多分とっさに分からんくってかなんか適当に返事してるでしょ。絶対 OK なわけないじゃん絶対に OK なわけはないんだ。でもおめでとうございます。じゃあちょっとビデオレター送らせていただきますねで、これで続いてストリームレメンツの方を読ませていただきます。宝井さん Thank you ありがとうございます。こちら昨日の分になりますね。ラリーくんコラボ配信お疲れ様ってことでありがとうございます。お疲れ様でした。それについてもちょっと話したいんだ。日本語で全然カバーできなかったから日本語で話していきたいなと思います。文献でみんな覚悟してね覚悟してね。 Do you play video games? I do play video game streams too sometimes. If it's like PC kind of video games, I do Minecraft often, but I do play Monster Hunter sometimes. なむけぼっこさん Thank you ありがとうございます。Thank you for the stream. Another great Japanese lesson by your sense. Headpat for season 2. Thank you. Headpat. Thank you. 続きまして本日の分となります。Today's stream is like Thank you ありがとうございます。全然謝らないでください。出席取らないんだこちらの授業は。アーカイブで見るねってことありがとうございます。ぜひ楽しんでいただければ嬉しいです。あらくどうさんも Thank you ありがとうございます。Do you play any horror games? I played one few days ago, last week I think. ラクダさんありがとう。ジャパニーズレッスン配信私か今日も勉強配信ありがとうとこちらこそありがとうございます。なんかことわざはありすぎてマジではしょりすぎたと思うので正直ことわざ説明するのむずいしねっていうのもあった。めちゃくちゃむずいよね。なんか文化に基づきすぎてるからなんだこれはって博士課自身もね使ったことないことわざがいっぱいあったので、まあそれらの話とかもだらだらこの後してこっかなと思います。てかなんなら昨日の話全く頑張って日本語でできるだけ通訳するねって言ってたけど何にもできなかったのがちょっと心残りなのでできればなと思います。So, as I said, thank you very much for coming to today's stream, today's class. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something new, or it might be something that I already know, but you were able to like relearn it again, right? For me, I did relearn proverbs because I don't really use it that much. Thank you for the lesson too. Thank you for coming, Oscar-san. Thank you, Tao-san. Right, something new. Oh, glad to hear that. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a Japanese lesson. Probably not next week. I'm not sure. Next week too. It's gonna be a Japanese lesson. I think there's gonna be more Japanese. I like to take a break from teaching English because I have to think of the content, like what they might be interested in. So there's gonna be more Japanese lessons in the future. Okay? How does that sound okay for you guys? Sorry, should have late to that. Not at all. I don't take attendance. I don't take attendance. はい、よかった。Sounds good to me. Okay, good, good. I had to seriously have to think of the content if I have to teach the English because I don't really know what to teach about English. あくりさんも Thank you ありがとうございます。白線今日もあざっすってことで なんかめちゃくちゃ略で白線って言われて、略語で略されて、チンコンカンコーンですね。ありがとう。こちらこそありがとうやで。The most important thing is that we all have a good time. Oh, thank you. It's actually kind of fun being a teacher, because actually teacher was something that I wanted to be back then. By the 1046th period, I'll be the best Japanese speaker known to man. Probably 1099, but yes. You're a great teacher. Oh, thank you very much. I'm really happy about it, to hear that. Thank you. So, that's the traditional Japanese style. Kinko kankon. Right,起立。気をつけ。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。本当に立ち上がったから今一瞬固まりました。I did actually stand up and bow. So, enjoy the rest of your days, guys. Bye. Oh, don't forget to write an essay about like what life means to you. 4-page essay. Use at least 3 researches and MLA citation. MLA 8 is fine. I don't know what's the difference between 8 and 9, to be honest. And I was only updated to 8, so yeah. And also, what else? Oh, and of course, follow the formatting too. Just kidding. Double or single space? Double. Like the academic papers are always double space. Bye. Can't wait to read your guys' essay. Just kidding. I hate essays too. Bye. Otsushika. Wait a sec. I forgot to put the schedule on. Tomorrow. Let me explain about tomorrow's stream. ちょっと待って、明日のちょっと配信についてお話します。Tomorrow's stream. I forgot to announce this. Oh my gosh. What should I do now? I'm just like crossing my fingers so you guys are still here. Tomorrow is gonna be a voice skit stream from 9 a.m. PDT, and I'll be reading your guys' voice requests that I've been asking if you guys have so yeah, asking for there's a Google form on Twitter and Discord fan server. It's pinned. Please go check that out if you have any like lines or character you want me to act as or pretend to be or read out. There's some like warnings written in there, so please check that too. And what else? Oh, and tomorrow I'm also gonna be collabing with Uruka. I will do a watch along where we will be watching what was it? Spy Kids. 面言ずれてる。マジ。直すわ。本当だ。マジ気づいてなかった。ありがとう。Sorry, I'm gonna fix the day for the member stream. Someone told me that it's wrong. Thank you. I fixed it. 変わりました。明日、ウルカちゃんとウルカちゃんは面言じゃない。ウルカちゃんは面言するけど、白しかじゃない。なんだ。明日はですね、ウルカちゃんと、同時視聴のコラボとありますので、盛りだくさんです。明日は、ボイス企画と同時視聴です。同時視聴の映画に関してはちょっと日本のネットフリになるのかわからないですけど、白しかネットフリにならなかったら白しかをレンタルします。悲しきかな。ということで、どうも来てくれてありがとう。どうも来てくれてありがとうって言ったな。どうも来てくれてありがとう。バイバイ。おつしかー。Thank you for coming, guys. See you tomorrow on the voice kit too, and also the collab with Uruka. As I said, we'll be watching Spy Kids, so have your Spy Kids ready. Bye bye.